Hello everyone, Agion here, another Dawn of War 3 replay. So on the north side, as the Space Marine player, we have DaDokisinX. So on the south side, as the Orc player, we have Dullahan. I think so. And let me just make sure, yeah, my microphone is on. Something always concerns me if I don't look at it. We do got the attack marines being engaged by the boys in melee. They nicked the respawn point. Hey. It looks like in this game we will see the orbital drop icons. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I think because the uploader was in fact the Space Marine player. So we got a drop pod coming in. I think that was attack marines. Yes, attack marines, as those guys just found out the hard way. We also do got the banner being deployed. There are 3 attack marines here. We got the boys. We'll gauge them up in melee. Try and make sure he stays inside the wall tower. It will get a nice wall bonus being hyped up. Of course, the Zac abilities will increase the speed, attack damage of the units in the circle. It looks like these attack marines will be forced back. They're being just too much tied in melee thanks to the boys. But do got this elite, very early elite point generator being deployed out along the turret. There is 1 requisition point up here. We got 1 power here, another power here, and I'm going to sneeze. Sorry about that. They have captured a point. So the Gretchens will be eyeing to capture this point, but the servitor may try to interrupt them. Servitor under attack. I'm honestly not sure who wins a fight between Servitor and Gretchens. They look awfully even. It looks like we do got these attack marines trying to gauge the high ground. We're probably going to eye for this point here, but we'll get tied up in melee, though this turret did manage to get some damage in. You have to be very careful when fighting against orcs, because you can just engage up your units in melee, tie them up. You got some attack marines being deployed at the front line, though I don't... Oh wait, I was thinking assault marines, but yeah, more attack marines.
The arsenal is completed.
Arsenal? That's a bit unusual. Most people go for the barracks first.
Tactical Marine squad deployed.
Well, let's see what on earth he's planning to do. He go for cluster mines for scouts. That's a bit unusual. They always go for more damage. Power swords. I'm not exactly sure what he's going to be eyeing with that quick arsenal. You got Kill Team Iron Maw being deployed to the front line, trying to protect his elite point generator, but we do also got some attack marines here with a flamer. A significant amount of damage. We'll kill off a couple of these Ard boys. We'll actually get a couple more. Got his requisition and another requisition over here, so you will have a good amount of income. His elite point generator, pretty much eyeing for that quick kill team iron maw. Able to deploy that out very this soon. You got some power generator here, power and requisition here. Overall better economy by the orc player. Of course, less elite point generators. So I'm not exactly sure who will win out. Most of the elite points at this point in the game will probably be quite important.
We've captured a point.
We'll clean up that economy. That actually is very important. We got stick bombs being thrown out by the shooter boys. We do also got these attack marines in the heavy cover here. We're trying to establish this colony on the front line. A bit dangerous, but can pay off if he gets it to pay off. Luda's and Shoota's almost dead, but of course they can always fall back and reinforce in their current state.
We've completed a power generator.
We'll be trying to get some supporting fire from the turret. Very nice. We'll be starting to reinforce these guys in order to get them back up. And we also do have the WOG tower being initiated. The WOG concert. I need to get another drink. I ran out of my previous one. Keep them nearby. But we do get the truck being thrown in the Ard boys. Getting a nice stun hit there. Shooters going through in their stick bombs, but of course the shield generator will of course absorb it. Kill Team Armaw now is down. Flamer team will get cleaned up.
Wouldst thou cast the holy standard?
Holy Standard may be a good spot right around here. Sending another Ard boy. Actually, no, that was a shooter. It's just 4 additional stuns. But tried to throw a stick bomb, but he ran outside the circle. Using his own shield generator, well, shield heavy cover point against him. But looks like he's going to fall back these units in order to get them reinforced. Very nice. Currently, the first Orc Commando available is Big Mech Wazmaka and Warboss Gorguts. Either of them a possibility. Thanks to the elite point generator, he will actually be approaching to get one of these guys next elite point. However, over here, he'll be approaching it. He'll be just one elite point behind. So he is actually will get Gabriel Angelos out much quicker, much sooner than his second elite unit. Actually, building resource points right here along the turret, very risky. Not sure if it was worth it in the end.
A servitor is en route. Servitor deployed.
He will in fact go for Gorguts. He will of course have the spin to win, spin and claw, and the grapple and the claw. A claw! For some reason that reminds me of Ed, Edd, and Eddy. Couple stick bombs, nice dodges there. We will see the flamer, but nice stun from Gorguts. This may spell death of the elite point generator. Do have the banner being thrown down, but he does not have much forces out on the field. Got a very damaged flamer team, and it looks like that Surfer does go down, and he is trying to get a heavy bolter, but he just doesn't have the ground forces at the moment. What was he been spinning it on? He is tacking up to tier 2, so he may be eyeing for something himself. Maybe Whirlwinds. You got the Tactical Marines Heavy Flamer slows and mobilizes vehicles. Slows infantries and mobilizes vehicles. He's trying to maintain this point. Will stop the capture of it. Oh, Kill Team Armaw is now out in the field. Will be eyeing for the flamer, or could go for the rocket launcher in order to deal with the war truck. Looks like it is the rocket launcher. Huge orc assault in this area, denying the heavy cover for the most part because the Ard boys being launched in there. Gabriel Angelos is very close to being deployed. Another 30 seconds. We may be losing this doctrinal chapel, which of course he really needs those assault heavy devastators, but he did lose his only squad that he built. Lose that flamer team, another huge loss. And you got Deathstorm drop pod being requisitioned. That is a bit more of desperate Deathstorm drop pod, just because he needs that requisition to deploy units. Gabriel Angelos now available for deployment. He's going to eye assaulting this shield generator. Gabriel Angelos is now out on the field. We'll get a nice stun, or snare actually. Tactical Marines can now be called for deep strike. He could eye them go in the shield generator for additional protection. Field Team Iron Maw will finish off the war truck, very nice. And this Flame Team will now come forward, will get very good amount of damage, will slow all these nearby units. Deathstorm drop pod is only halfway complete.
We have a listening post now.
We got the elite point generator in favor of the orc player at the moment.
Servitor deployed.
We got another Wog Tower concert being initiated. Eyeing for another assault. He needs Devastators, but of course Doctrinal Chapel was cleaned up. This armory just now getting a vehicle upgrade. He is also getting the Machine Cult, so he's going to eye for some vehicles. Maybe a Whirlwind, maybe Land Speeders. Whirlwind may be a very good option due to the blobby nature of his opponent.
Look to our vulnerable listening post.
Listening post is under siege. Will definitely get cleaned up. You probably won't be able to save it. Actually, not doing. Will take quite a bit of abuse at the moment.
A requisition generator is ready. Machine calls completed.
Machine called currently right now. He can build the Land Speeders and the Whirlwind. He has a significant amount of requisition stockpiled up.
Targeted by our
You could. Oh, Deathstorm drop pod being called in. We'll get a very good hit. The 6 machine guns will do a massive amount of damage. Maybe one of the few times where I see Deathstorm drop pod actually being to use with great effect. Listening post slowly pushing back his opponents, soaking up a lot of damage, but it will get cleaned up. The Deathstorm drop pod will cover one flank, but they are getting hit by the tank hunters that are outranging it at the moment.
Whirlwind artillery battery deployed.
We do got a Whirlwind now out on the field, so we do have some artillery. And the Squig will finish off the Deathstorm drop pod.
Wouldst thou cast the holy standard?
Gabriel Angelos has sustained a huge amount of damage and is getting slowed down quite a bit. We got the spin for win. We'll try to jump out there, but will not, however. We'll drop a turret. Should cancel it. It does look like he actually canceled it. A nice Whirlwind artillery strike will get a bit of damage. Nothing too major, however. Now the Whirlwind is very exposed. He is going to get run down. Oh, no, he falls back.
Team awaits invitation. A servitor is en route. Servitor deployed. Upgrading vehicle weaponry.
More vehicle weaponry coming down. It is that vehicle weapon damage 2 at the moment, so you will have significant amount of damage for these Whirlwinds. You probably won't need to worry about the health upgrades. If you start losing Whirlwinds, you've probably already lost the game.
We are in danger of losing a resource point. We have lost a precious resource point.
Before a moment of quiet has on the field. Looks like I think that's maybe Ard boys inside that unit. There's 2 units here. Eject boys. Can't really tell what's in there.
We've upgraded vehicle weaponry.
Whirlwind Barrage is now being called in.
We've completed an upgrade.
eyeing for the elite point generator. That's a very huge barrage on just the elite point generator. Will clean it up, deciding that's a huge priority to even use 2 artillery strikes. But they do have a pretty quick cooldown. They only have a 40-second cooldown.
A listening post is active.
We got a listening post over here, and it actually has been upgraded twice, so he has significant income from that listening post. There is no upgrade here.
Nav cannon team deployed.
Squig may do quite a bit of damage. Shield generator has been initiated. We got the dual artillery strike coming in with the improved damage, doing significant damage, ripping apart those forces. In fact, the turret may actually clean up some more. And he randomly targets to this one, but he did not. Four Guts will go in and engage him. We do got a glass gun team.
Pod is available. A power generator has been destroyed.
With their basically laser gatlings.
Been destroyed. Preparing whirlwind.
Not the old-fashioned charge up and fire. I say that whirlwind barrage was huge in order to do all that damage. His opponent will have a bit of trouble now trying to recover from that barrage, but he does still have a significant amount of force here. But with 3 whirlwinds, he can call in another barrage whenever he wants.
Artillery battery deployed.
Tilting Armor slowly getting picked away, but it looks like got more barrages onto this individual squad. Not exactly ideal target, but will not clean it up. But Gorguts will ward it away. You could actually fall this unit back and reinforce it.
Las cannon team en route.
Las cannons are probably quite understandable in order to deal with his opponent's heavier units.
Gabriel Angelos stands ready.
Currently, he has only 3 spare elite points. His opponent does have available to call in Big Mech Wazmaka, but he may be eyeing to go for Mad Dread, but he's still 2 elite points away. Be another 2, well, at least 3 minutes. The Wog Tower been initiated. He's going to start assaulting the shield generator. There is a server here to already capture up the shield in order to allow his units to quickly use it.
Chapel barracks reports ready.
Gorguts eyeing to hit these Devastators, eyeing for the spin attack, which of course will stop the bullets. I think actually, does it reflect? No, that's just Gabriel Angelos's. We'll get a knockback there. We'll be sustaining a huge amount of fire from these Devastators. The Grappling Claw is off cooldown. We'll use it. Or when barrages looks to recently have fire over here. Actually, yeah, they're down to 6 seconds. They'll be ready for another barrage soon. Barrage now here doing a significant amount of damage. Over here, there's a lot of units in melee. It looks like they're just overwhelmed. We do got a Killer Khan here. It is upgraded, but it looks like out of ammo, so can't do all too much. Squad reinforced. I'm not exactly sure what that was from. Most of the Orca units will be forced to fall back. Sending a huge amount of damage. Will not clean up that squad. He might have gone for reinforcing trucks. I'm not exactly sure. Just going to find the pile of guns. Where's the pile of guns?
Escalated to the next phase of war.
Next phase of war has been initiated, allowing more and more income. Here's the pile of guns. Looks like he may have upgraded the truck reinforcing. Team Iron Ball has been deployed to the front line. He has upgraded to the rocket launcher. Will destroy, in fact, the truck. But most likely will get cleaned up by these melee units, keeping them forced down. However, these units are off cooldown. You can actually try to save them with that. Looks like a large miss, trying to eye for the melee units, but there's no melee units left there. No upgraded point here, but we still got the 2 upgrades here. No upgrade. No upgrade. No elite point generator at the moment. Currently he's at 5. He's approaching for his Imperial Knight Solaris. He's getting a Deathstorm drop pod. He could eye for a second one if he wanted to. Once he gets enough requisition. But he has actually quite a bit of power. He may want to eye for taking up and get out Predator spam.
Preparing Dreadnought for deployment.
Or Dreadnought.
Point captured. May this fuel our victory.
Man, Dread is out in the field, so you will need those devastator las guns. It looks like we do got another WOG concert being initiated. Time for another assault. We even got a Death Copter here.
Dreadnought deployed.
Dreadnought will be a very good tanky option in order to help slow down his opponent's assault, but this Death Copter. Let's see what he's going to do. Looks like he's trying to eye for the Whirlwinds, but he gets cleaned up the heavy devastator las guns. You do see this large assault here. I do like to see the Whirlwind. I hear the Whirlwind, so launching their barrage, doing significant amount of damage. Gorgut's using spin to win in order to protect his nearby units, though he's not scrapped himself, so when that fades, it doesn't get any passive bonus nearby units. Shield generator does in fact go down. We do get the heavy defense gun in order firing upon these units. Death Dread has sustained a bit of damage. Deathstorm drop pod will cut off the retreat path. These units will in fact find to go down. Will force a stun on these units. And are now quite stacked up for massive damage. Overall, this assault, while guiding the shield generator, has lost a significant amount of his own forces. Death Dread goes down, Mad Dread is still up. But that's Warboss Gorguts.
Heavy Volta team deployed.
We almost got this doctrinal chaplet once again, but still alive, can always be repaired. We'll use the claw to get away. Has sustained quite a bit of fire, but the Deathstorm drop pod will not finish him off. This would have been a great time to do a nice flank attack, but of course he had to put everything to the defense.
We've taken a resource point. Deathstorm drop pod ready.
Deathstorm drop pod is being built, ready for another call-in. This one did time out. But you got this another assault coming forward, along with a Death Chopper. Death Chopper.
Deathwatch kill team awaits invitation.
And with these units way out of position, he will get clean. Actually, no, will be forced back by Kill Team Armor. Maybe eyeing for a rocket launcher. Ooh, none of these Whirlwinds actually did in fact go down. I'm not exactly sure from what. He only has one left. So that's actually huge, losing 2 of those. Not exactly sure how they went down. Gabriel Angelos ready for deployment. He also does have the maxed out stronghold, so he can call an orbital strike, but he's definitely going to eye for Imperial Knight Solaris at this point. He has about, I would say, another 5 minutes before she is available.
Heavy orc ordnance is leveled at this battle zone.
Oh, wait. We do got rocks being called in. Very bad spot. We'll use the scouts in order to draw it away. We'll actually stop the scouts and actually we'll kill off the scouts, but the rock strike is way off target. Now he's going to start following the death copter, but it's way too late. That's a huge waste of a nuke. Actually, ooh, almost get at the front line, but thanks to those scouts, that's a very good positioning. Artillery barrage is once again available. Death choppers trying to engage him. We'll be losing them, however. Death Storm Drop Pod is instantly getting focused down, but we'll do quite a bit of damage. Actually, not as much as he would like, however. Death Dread has sustained quite a bit of damage. We're getting constantly focus fired by these las guns. Will in fact go down. Though I don't think Mad Dread has gone down. Where is Mad Dread? Did he actually go down? Yeah, apparently he did go down.
Dreadnought, readying for drop. The turret shockwave ability is recharged. Securing infantry health upgrade.
Number of las guns being deployed to the front line, along with some dreadnoughts for orbital drops. I'm not exactly sure what he's going to be eyeing for. He could go for, of course, these rest of these upgrades. He's also going for the infantry upgrades. He could go for predators. He has those available. Just needs a bit more power. He already has a number of vehicle upgrades, so vehicle-based plays wouldn't be a half bad idea.
The standard flies.
The banner is being called in. We'll force a knockback there. Vortex Grenade will help slow his opponent down, but you got this large assault moving forward, mostly of tank hunters. They largely do not have squids available. We got a drop in of the Dreadnought. It sustained a huge rocket barrage in the beginning. We'll need to use Gabriel Angelos's spin in order to help reflect those projectiles. But we've got a big track out on the field. I saw the artillery strike. Big tracks switching to close range mode. Looks like Gabriel Angelos will not be able to deal with it along with all these tank hunters. Kill Team Iron Maul is now available.
Vehicle durability is improved.
We got Mad Dread being engaged in Gabriel Angelos in close range, but will most likely go down. He has very little health left. Yeah, thanks to the tank hunters.
We've scouted a small enemy force.
Well, Death Cop does here. And to me, they just look like the cross symbol similar to Call of Duty and Battlefield. I got a hit. Death Dread just barely manages to escape out of there with little to no HP. Which is all you need to escape. Very nice.
A requisition generator is ready. We have engaged a... This battle has escalated to the final phase.
Death Copters will in fact go down, not big surprise.
Our elite battle brothers are ready to deploy.
Imperial Knight Solaris is out on the field. This is maybe the trump card the Space Marine player is probably looking for. Though he does have a significant amount of Devastator teams, various types. We also do got these scout squads ready for ambush, trying to draw the rocks. We do got Imperial Knight Solaris being deployed to the high ground. Now she is a force to be reckoned with, especially wearing, what is that, chaos armor? With all these Devastator squads help support, these units will have a huge rocket barrage, most likely iron from this general area. The significant amount of the shield generator will absorb most of the shots in order to protect the ground infantry. Overall, it looks like sweeping gains by the Space Marine player is falling back to the turret. The turret will in fact take out the Dreadnought. We're doing significant damage to all while shield generator did in fact go down. Maybe eyeing for a callback just to be safe, or maybe just eyeing for the big track. Big Mech Wazmaka trying to defend, but will get focus fired by all these teams. We'll get some nice stun hits, and we do got Death Mad Dread being jumped in. In fact, this guy's still alive using the scrap turret. Imperial Knight Solaris severely damaged, stunned, and body blocked. Will in fact go down. That's huge. Now Mad Dread has little competition out on the field thanks to the down of Imperial Knight Solaris.
We've scouted the beginnings of a new enemy structure.
Mad Dread, ever so resilient, labeled as a tank, will in fact these lose a whirlwind to these tank hunters. Will another counter barrage onto the tank hunters will do a significant amount of damage. The whirlwind needs to get back, but there's no reverse move in this game. Will gets immobilized and will now get attacked by Mad Dread, losing that unit.
Nav cannon team deployed.
Only one elite unit stands in favor of the Space Marine player, and that's Kill Team Iron Maw. However, they're back at base, forgotten about, sitting in the corner.
We are in danger of losing a resource point.
You got a plasma gun team trying to hit the flanks. However, it won't do all too much, especially when these elite units are going to swarm in, but will fall back in a timely manner.
Infantry weaponry upgrade in progress.
This resource point is fully upgraded, however, this one has not been upgraded.
Look to our vulnerable
This point is now starting to be upgraded, so we will have superior economy by the Space Marine player. Gabriel Angelos will be ready in 24 seconds. This will help make additional thickness, but this Mad Dread being a very potent problem does have a significant amount of AT units on the field, but he can withstand quite a bit of beating. In fact, he will drill underneath, and these units will be tied up in melee, which is a huge problem. Enough units on the high ground to help protect these units. Gabriel Angelos will do a nice knockback there, maybe eyeing for another jump or spin to win. Or Guts will in fact go down. That is a pretty good pickup.
Our holy standard is cast.
Banner has been cast right here to help aid his units. At the initial state, he will only get the shield, and then supported by his miniature orbital strikes, and then the constant healing. The constant healing will be great for his elite units. Looks like the Kill Team Iron Maw is sort of picked off to the side. We got Death Dread running on in. We do got a Predator Annihilator, or is that Destructor? The Predator Destructor, anti-infantry one, out on the field doing a significant amount of damage, but it looks like this Mad Dread drilling into these units, taunting them along with help from Knobs. You got an orbital strike. No, that's not orbital strike. Never mind. Gabriel Angelos just only being lived thanks to the banner healing his nearby units. Will kill another elite unit down just on the Mad Dread. And his opponent is now going to have to deal with armored assault thanks to this Predator Destructor. And he has rebuilt 2 Whirlwinds. We have a significant amount of artillery available. And also he is going to call on the support Death Storm drop pod. You know, go ahead and you can always call in another unit, because he has that enough resources for it. His other shield generator is starting to go down. We got the Wog Tower being initiated. We got Orc Knobs. Oh no, these are just Ard boys. Never mind. With the superior economy of the Space Marine player, he's able to afford so much more. Mad Dread does burrow in, however, he's going to deal with a lot of lasgun teams. He will take out the Predator Destructor. Actually, no, that barrage rockets will finish him off. Mad Dread is at the final stage and will get cleaned up. That's all these elite units now down. The Death Storm drop pod was actually dropped in. Not exactly sure where. Oh, right here, just deployed in.
Heavy bolter team deployed.
We got artillery barrage right here, doing significant amount of damage to these melee units. We'll actually save the Predator, the Devastator, and we'll actually clean up all these units except for this one Ard boy, and forces the surrender after that loss. Overall, very good game, but in the end, I think it was a superior economy for the Space Marine player that really did it. This is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.